And you represent Philly.
Yeah.
To the fullest.
Sure, big fan.
Some of my favorite MCs represent the 215.
Yeah. A lot of Meek, Uzi, Black Thought.
Siegel.
Yeah. I mean, we could. It's a great city in terms of rappers. Tierra Whack. So I'm honored to be, at least have the suburbs on lock.
And you also can hoop.
Get buckets.
Yeah.
Getting
This
buckets.
is your second time on Jalen Jacoby.
Yeah,
we
first
featured
time.
you before.
More of a highlight thing.
Yeah.
So-
we saw a lot. You get buckets.
So
Yeah.
one of us plays a lot of basketball.
Look at this. Buckets.
So how often do you play and where do you play at?
I play twice a week, and
Ooh.
twice a week.
That's not bad.
Yeah. Santa Monica in LA, different runs, various men. But oftentimes when people, they know to really guard me tight.
Oh, they know.
They know.
Yeah, it's one of
They
those-
know
I
your
feel like
scouting
with your
report.
look, you could get some good matchups.
Yeah, usually I'm really not really considered until
Yeah,
if
yeah.
it's a run where people know who I am.
Then they
just
switch?
the way I play, not like my stage name, just the way I play and carry myself on the court. Then they'll usually guard me tight, but even that I can still capitalize on because I'm really athletic.
He's dead serious.
I know
dude.
he is.
He's looking right at you.
I know.
Just crafty.
I know he
He's
is.
looking being like, because I'm extremely athletic.
And not in the way that I test well, in terms of a combine measurement type of thing, but just the way I I'm very crafty.
What's your game like?
Steph
What's
Curry.
your game?
The thing is, I've always said I was like Steph Curry, but even before he was in the NBA and everyone was this avid Steph Curry, when he was at Davidson, a sophomore at Davidson, I had his jersey. He was my profile picture on Facebook, him on Davidson.
Wow.
So that's kind of always, but now it's so mainstream that I feel lame saying it, but I do play like Steph.
When he was at Davidson, I remember saying to my friends, going, "This will never work in the league. This will never work in the
I
league.
was skeptical.
Too small. This will never work." And then he became the.
I thought he was going to
be.
be consummate sixth man of the year contender, off the bench Jamal Crawford, but I didn't know he was going to be the third best player. of
Right.
all
The
time.
MVP of the league with 3 championships in 5 years.
Yeah.
So, you're from Philly.
Yeah.
Sixers fan. Sixers going through a weird time right now. I had them coming out of the East in the offseason.
So did I.
They look so good. Added Al Horford.
I know.
And it just hasn't really worked.
Well, their starting lineups never they've played together. I think under 30% of the time, and even though that 30% wasn't necessarily the most encouraging, they're weird fitting cogs. Mm-hmm. But I believe in them, and I believe that they can match up, especially in the East, with anybody. I really do not fear the Bucks. I think we match up very well against them. We have 2 guys that can or 3 even that can really guard him.
So a couple of those cogs have been perennial all-stars,
Yeah.
Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons. Do you think they can coexist
Yes.
and bring your Sixers a championship?
Yeah, I do. I think they're both you can't give up on guys that are that good. They're both to me Ben Simmons is going to be a top 10 player in the league for a decade, I feel, and Joel Embiid already is that. So I feel you just got to get the right people around them and they'll figure it out. I miss JJ Redick, if I'm being quite honest.
That shooting.
They do miss shooting. Reddick and Sarge and Covington.
Yeah.
All those pieces, they weren't necessarily the marquee players, but they could all knock down
Yeah,
threes. We are
Shaman.
missing that now. Yeah. Shaman's
Sham-
great.
But
He's
I
young.
love Tobias, so it's you give but we need another shooter or two.
Definitely need a shooter.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about the show, Dave. It's
Yeah.
it's based on your real life, right?
Yeah.
And I saw, I've seen an episode and a bunch of the trailers.
Did you like it?
Loved it. Best show I've ever seen. The funniest show in the history
Wow.
of television. Easily.
That's what I'm going for.
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
That's
No
what I'm going
hyperbole. The funniest show in the history of television.
Amazing. Thank
A
you.
lot of cameos.
Yeah.
A lot of artists. You went
Yeah.
into the phone. You called some favors.
Yeah, I did.
Tell me some behind the scenes stories of some of those artists that joined you on set.
Well, there's a variety. Justin Bieber's on it. Kourtney Kardashian. There's YG. Tierra Whack. I could really go on. Trippie Redd. I'm trying to think of an interesting story in terms of.
How did you get them to come on? You're working the phone?
I'm working the phone. I'm friends with a lot of these people, and I think a lot of people love the idea of acting that that aren't typically actors. And with Courtney, we kind of reenacted a moment that happened in real life. So I was remember this time that this happened? And she was like, yeah, that's so funny. Let's do it. And with Justin, I think Justin really believes in me as a creative, and that in my life, as a real person, when an icon like that believes in you, it's done so much for my confidence. So I wanted the character in the show to meet Justin and have a similar level of confidence boost. That
Justin Bieber also gets buckets.
Yeah, he loves
also
basketball.
Gets buckets.
he's okay.
You're taking Bieber one-on-one.
Oh my
He can play.
Come on,
He can play.
he's okay. He's solid.
I got a question for you. Who's the MVP of the NBA this year?
Giannis, I think, but like there's still time, and like LeBron's obviously making his push, but I don't know how you don't give it to Giannis. He's like just his team's got the best record. I think he's got averaging more points and rebounds, and I'm sure his like whatever the PER is probably number one.
Yeah, so he's having historical PER.
But I think LeBron is onto something big right now. Like the last 10 games, he's been really dominant. He's probably playing the best he's like ever played, maybe.
He's killing.
I know, and the Lakers are just better than the Bucks. Like I don't care what
they are. Yeah, they have Anthony Davis.
They would win.
As their second best player.
They would win in 5 games.
Sometimes there's video that we come across that needs to be broken down in detail. So, Lil Dicky, Dave, you're going to join us in going to the table. Okay. So I play a lot of pickup basketball, poorly, but I play a lot of pickup basketball, and I've never seen someone do what I'm about to show you right now. So imagine you were playing some pickup, and you're just watching the sideline, and you're guarding somebody, and they just had to do this, taking the ball up the court.
Yeah.
The moonwalk between the legs.
Yeah.
You don't seem impressed.
Well, to be fair, I did see this clip this morning.
Okay.
And it's just like, I don't know how you can use that. You're just going backwards, so like unless he's posting up. He's like due for a backcourt like violation. So I don't know.
He's talking like a typical basketball player. Like you can't use that in the game while you've been practicing.
I'm gonna steal that.
It's cool. Like, it looks cool. Like the fact that I'd already seen it means like that. The guy got what he wanted out of that clip, but certainly doesn't like intimidate me or scare me in any way as like a competitor.
And if you listen to the guy who's shooting, he's been doing this for a half an hour. It's like a half an hour. Like, my guy, you got to work on some other skills.
Yeah.
You got to work on some skills a little more useful on the basketball court.
Yeah,
I don't know if the moonwalk.
Certain guys are all flash and pizzazz. A guy like me, I'm getting out there and doing real practical things.
Could you beat Jalen one-on-one right now?
No.
One-on-one.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports analysis and highlights, download the ESPN app. And for live streaming and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.